My overall experience with El Nomad has been amazing. I was impressed with the fact that, most impressed with the fact that we met you twice before we even came here. That you would take the time to come to UNC Charlotte and meet us on our turf and talk to us and answer our questions. You were always accessible. So I think I tend to focus a lot on the pre because I just do. And I think you all were impressive. And from what we've seen since we've been here, everything that we wanted, everything that I've asked for, we've had that. I decided to do this program because of your hearts. When I originally conceived the idea, there were 4 things that I wanted for my students. And the first time around, they said we could only have 2 of them. I wanted students to be able to, as I said, understand that they can make a difference, that they didn't need to wait for that opportunity. I wanted students to get credit for the course. I wanted it to be somewhere fairly close because a lot of our students don't want to go away for the whole semester, and they don't want to go a very, very far distance. And then the last thing that I wanted was a homestay. And with everyone that we talked to said homestays would be impossible for a spring break. And that was really important to me. And the service completely seemed to just throw into everything. And when you mentioned it with Becca and Arturo, they were like, oh yes, service, duh. What other reason would you be here? And homestays, when he said his mother looked for the people, I was like, okay, I'm done. Whose mother is going to put you with somebody not good? We've been able to see the city or negotiate the city on our own terms. We've been able to do service, which was really what we came for. And as a plug for our students, I think I was really impressed that the kind of service that we would be doing was presented in such a way that our students couldn't wait to be involved. They couldn't wait to do it. And so we all had the understanding that in the afternoons we're going to serve. And then we had the evening for those people who wanted to experience the nightlife. They could. Those of us who wanted to go home and sleep, we could. So we've got to do, I think, the best of everything. We've not just gotten to see the city on our own, but we've had a couple of organized opportunities. The rooms, perhaps my favorite, all-time favorite. We actually came to create an English language classroom. And I was a little concerned because the one thing I definitely did not want to do was come across as this is how it should be. And I think that El Nomad did an amazing job of setting things in place so that we understood exactly what we were doing and what our role was, and that there was never the this is better. It was simply this is an opportunity for these kids to learn. And in the process it turned out to be a great opportunity in our English classroom for us to learn Spanish. On a day-to-day basis, the things that we did at the foundation, and you know, I listened to the other students do their interview and they paused. Now I know why they paused. So how do you say, we made people smile. We had the opportunity to go into a room that had previously been a storage room, which we did not know. We thought we were going into a room that was already a classroom. But to go in and look at it and say, okay, we're going to paint this, and there are a couple of challenges with the room, but we're going to work around this. And to come together as a team and make some decisions. I thought that was really interesting because we did the splatter paint. And everyone initially wasn't on board, so that was an interesting piece of team building to see that come together. And the decorating, which was amazing to see what everyone had bought, because we hadn't seen, oh, you have this or you have that. That was the first time everybody saw everything. So it really did a lot for team building for the group. It was interesting to see that students would just kind of automatically go off to other areas and work with students or talk to students or even talk with teachers. Facilitating an opportunity like this for students who may not have the means is essential. I've had 25 years of working with special populations of students, students who are first-generation college students, students from families with limited incomes, students who have learning disabilities. I've probably raised close to $6 million for those same populations. And for all of the funding opportunities that we've been able to secure, none of them allow for students to study abroad. But the one thing I know after all of those years is that that makes the difference in their education. I think that for a number of students who have the financial means, it's simply a matter of letting them know about how great this was. And I know we fully intend to do that. We fully intend to probably over-promote. But then there are populations of students that may not have the funds, or we had a couple of students who on this trip were just leaving North Carolina for the first time in addition to flying for the first time. And so there's some special needs. I would recommend that people do an LNOMAD program in the future. And it goes back to the same thing, because of your heart. I think that you want people to be successful. And my comments are related to service because that was at the forefront of what I wanted to see down here. But you understood, you got it. Our students needed to make a difference, and that was you never lost sight of that. That was something that we always did. I think you were accessible in terms of planning. You were open to our ideas. Once we got here, you've been extremely receptive, and you've really taken good care of us. I don't think we could have, Pip and Flo, I don't think we could have asked for more than you. And I tried. I don't know that I did, but I tried every day to tell you how much I appreciate you all.
You really did.
Because you made it so great for our students. It was like